What's up? Okay, I have some thoughts. Guess what I'm looking at down here? Myself. I have some thoughts. Today's day 18. I already kind of set up some rules because I wanted to have a clear sense of what I was doing. And that felt ethical and generous, or not even generous, just like a duty or something. What allowed me to be here, what allows me to be here. But every time that I come here and I know that the way that I'm talking is funny, it's not the way that I talk. I'm talking funny. And I've been like, oh, I have to be present. I have to like source from the quiet. Like, that's great. But also, it has meant that I can't talk about what's on my mind, because what's on my mind preceded the moment of whatever this is, this zone. And I know that looking in the mirror and talking means that I'm holding my face in a way that I do not hold it when I'm not looking in the mirror and talking. So this whole thing is artificial, though I keep thinking about the word naturalness, that I am working on a naturalness, or like, I don't really want to get into that. Not because I think it's like, well, actually, the word natural has a lot of like, but that's not even the thing that I'm talking about, because I could speak to that pretty, I feel comfortable speaking to that. I think the thing, I guess I should talk about it because it's here, is that like I went out today and I'm going to be going out a lot this week. So I'll be talking to people, and it's like I guess the two things are not unrelated. It's like I'm creating natural or designing natural, or like giving myself space to refine what's natural. Habitual. It's like you need some time and some breath, I find, in order to recognize that you have options. And this feels like a space, like this is a space of like, obviously this is a performance space, or maybe not obvious, but it is. That's what it is for me, or that's what I think it is. But I'm the performance, that the space, the okay, the performance that I find the most interesting right now, or important, is the social performance of talking to people in social settings. That's what I'm interested in right now. Of course, it relates to the stage, but I really, or whatever, if there's like 3 dots and that create a triangle, I kind of know what I'm talking about. But like, and the triangle is like this, whatever this is, and the other dot is like being at artist talk, which I was earlier this evening, and talking to people I know and have met before and haven't met before. And that stage, that to me is the most important stage. Like real life is the most important stage, but not just real life, because that's a particular slice of real life. Um, but even in intimacy and in close ones, beloveds, breath still helps us with the possibilities of expression. There's just a lot of possibilities of expression that go untapped, I think, in each of us. I don't know about other people, but I think for me, I've just been like trying to like open it out, open up the possibilities. And it's like somebody gives me something that I get things from the people I'm in relation with, especially the close friends and lovers. And it's like, oh wow, it's like I do feel like I get like full colors, like, oh, that I adopt and incorporate into my kind of like expressive palette, and that enable me to do a lot more. And so I think that this, with breath in this space, it's like I'm talking to the other, with no one there. I'm talking to someone, y'all, without you being there, because you're not actually there. I mean, someone's there right now, but no one's here. You know what I mean? So it's the idea of you without your presence allows me to practice. And it's like, okay, am I trying to get good? Like, what constitutes good? Good would mean that I have ways of maneuvering, or what arises, because lots of stuff arises that is uncomfortable or cannot, because of the environment, in terms of your own safety or whatever. There's lots of reasons we can't say what we think and how we feel. And yet I do think that we all have lots of ways of like, or I don't know why I'm speaking for everyone, because some people don't have shit. You know what I mean? Some people don't have shit. Okay. But like, and they're just like awkward. Or I'm like, there are realms of awkwardness that I'm like, oh, we can like open that up. And today I was like, oh, and I don't want to say it is what it is, just in case anybody from today watches this. No, I highly don't. They're gonna watch it, and they're definitely not watching it now. But I'm like, oh, a friend of mine, an ex-friend, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. That was whatever. An ex-friend, whatever, was really good at engaging with people in a way that made them have fun, or they were having fun. Basically, I'm just trying to have fun. That's kind of my MO, or whatever. I'm just like really into having fun. Like actually, fun is a big value for me. I think that, yeah, and today I was like, oh, I can see how I can have more fun. When people say things and I can tell they're just saying things and they don't really like mean what they're saying, then I'm like, oh, this isn't any fun. And I'm just like, oh, it's so boring. This is what I used to do. I used to be like, oh, this is so boring. This person's being fake. And then I'm just like, okay, and I have to keep talking to them. Great. That is just because I didn't have the tools. And I think that now when I see someone saying something that I can tell they don't believe, especially if it's the context is art and they're like saying things that they think are sound true, but I can tell they're not true because when people talk about making, I don't know, I can just tell that they're bullshitting. But then there's ways that you can ask questions where it's not about like embarrassing them or anything like that. It's actually about like giving them an opportunity to actually think and respond for real. Because often, because people have done that to me where I'm just like talking and then I actually get asked, someone's actually like engages with me, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I have permission to actually like think right now and respond and have an answer that isn't like, I have permission to not know what I'm talking about. Like, rock on, you know what I mean? Or whatever. I don't know why I did that. I didn't really like that, but that's okay. And yeah, so I guess I just had to talk about that. I guess I've been thinking about this. I talked about it a lot today to my analyst. But the thing that I wanted to say, and it's already been 10 minutes, is that why did I decide? I already came. Oh yes, okay. I was talking about what the contract is here, and I have to know what I'm doing. Blah blah blah. Okay, cool. But there's room for me to experiment with having an idea, and just going with it, expressing that idea. Like I can do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really went off. I did do a vocal warm up. So hopefully I don't sound nasally. Hopefully I sound like gutty. I guess I'm done. There's a lot of talking. Like brrr, like talking. Ooh, we're hot. I would like to sit in the quiet for a moment before I leave to see if the quiet has anything to say to me. I think we spend a lot of time talking to people. That's like a high percentage of life. So if you can find a way to make that fun and enjoyable, then it means life is fun and enjoyable. Also, most of the fun that I think, oh, this is the first time I'm thinking this. Anyways, maybe it is. But like, I think when we're having fun, we're like, oh, we had fun. It's like, I had fun. I experienced, or yeah, I think my idea of having fun is a function of how much I feel I can say and how much I feel like I can express. My Venus is in Leo in the second house, so this is me. Also, I have the Sun, Jupiter, and Saturn in the third house, and the ruler of my seventh house is in the third house. So communicating and relating and expression, this is like like big for me. But yeah, I think if people welcome my, or I don't know, like if it feels like I have space, then I have fun. The other thing that I'm noticing, I'm just gonna keep talking because that's just what's here right now. I have been avoiding meditating. That's real. The other thing that I'm aware of, and I was like self-critical a second ago around like a certain kind of, I think it's like habitual, like exclamation that I do. Like I'm like exclaiming with like, or like, and it's not that that's not natural. But as I'm here sort of like repeating this performance, I'm like, is that necessary? Like sometimes it feels yeah, like a groove that's like there could be something else. There could be something else. Or as in like some like a flatness. Because I do think this question of flatness versus like grrr, I think about the women that I watch on Instagram, the Black women that I watch on Instagram, the Black women and gay men. And it's like there's a diet of like, and I think about my mom and how incredible of a storyteller she is and how rhythmic it is, her storytelling, and how it's punctuation, that's the word, not exclamation, punctuation. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing me, like I'm performing me. It's subtle. That's the way in which I feel like I'm performing Aisha rather than I'm expressing, is when I punctuate some of the punctuations. Like the punctuations I just did were a function of the way the words are coming out. But some of the punctuations before, well, the one that I criticized, I was like, I didn't need that punctuation. It wasn't, the rhythm was not material. I remember being in Morocco at the residency where I wrote my second book, and I was with oh my god, I've been going for so long. We're long today, we're long. Mommy has a lot to say. And I was with Juan, the librarian, who's my homie. He spoke 4 languages. Like, he told me that you didn't have to finish reading a book if you didn't want to. I mean, of course, but whatever. Anyways, I was really high and I was philosophizing, and I tried to invite him into my discourse, and he was like, no. And I thought that he just didn't like understand that it was an invitation. And then so I tried again, and he was like, no, I don't want to think about that. Like, I don't want to go there. And I was like, really? How could you not want to go there? And now that happens to me all the time, where people are just like, bow, bow, bow. It's like, do we need to think about, like, why are we thinking about that? Like, do we really need to go? It feels like, okay, if I'm gonna climb up the ladder, be climbing high up the ladder and going all the way out there and all the way west or something. Like, I only abstract for utility. Do you know what I mean? I'm not just like, I wonder. Like, I'm not a Gemini. You know, I have a Sagittarius moon. You know what I mean? I'm not just like thinking to think. Like, I'm thinking to feel. That's not the end of that sentence, but that's what I'm thinking, so I can have fun. I'm like using thought to the end of having fun. I'm just trying to have fun, and I'm being strategic around how I can have the most fun. But if you try and like go up the ladder, sometimes I'm just like, we do not need to think about that. We do not need to think about that. That is not necessary. If people smoke sativas, they want to travel. Not just up, but then people who smoke sativas. I'm 8 years weed sober, but I was never into sativas, I don't think. Just like, I do kind of think of this series as like something to watch when you're high. Like, I feel like this is for people who are high. Not only for people who are high, but I feel like people who are high would enjoy it. If you're high right now, can you please comment and tell me if you are and if that is part of your experience? Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna let go. We're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna say goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.